Yo, let's get into the weather real fast. It's important to, first thing you do is check the weather and make sure you check the lineups and make sure your batters are in. Don't want to, you don't want to, get caught out there without your batters in the lineup. Okay. So let's get right to it. Chicago at New York. A few spotty pop up showers and storms, especially late. Chance of a delay, more likely in the latter half of the game than the first half, if at all. Okay. So that's Chicago and New York. Toronto at Detroit. Not great, but I think it's good enough. The bulk of the rain clears before or around first pitch. Then it's just spotty showers beyond that. I think they play ball. I mean, though I'm not sure how they will go about it. Late start, in game delay, luck out, and avoid showers. We'll see. Okay. Uh, St. Louis and Chicago White Sox. Heavy stuff is gone by first pitch. Models are hinting at one final batch of showers that maybe are heavy enough to cause a delay, but I'm not too sold on that outcome. Texas at Washington. Near stationary pop up showers and storms. Coverage is meh, not particularly widespread, not particularly sparse. The good news is that because this is a late afternoon game and winds and storms fire in the early afternoon, the rain should have already popped by game time. So a simple pre-game radar check ought to tell us everything we need to know. Colorado and San Francisco Giants winds blowing out with gusto again and a park that minimizes wind impact. Kansas City Royals at Cleveland. I think they might have a decent window here between rain in the early afternoon and rain in the early evening. So I'm fairly optimistic. We'll need to revisit this, of course, to nail down the rain timing. Okay, Oakland at Boston. Models keep the rain just west of Boston. I'll buy in and say it's just a low chance of delay if a storm pops where it isn't supposed to. All right, so we got weather concerns here and there. All right, we know there's a chance that pitchers could be, you know, with delays, pitchers won't come back out there and pitch and stuff like that. So uh, that's the importance of checking the weather, man, and then checking his lineup. So that's Kevin Roth. You can follow him on Twitter if you want at Kevin Roth right there. So let me minimize this back down to about 125, and then let me kill these. I'm going to talk about these games as if there was no rain. I just gave you guys the rain warning there, so let's get right to it. Okay. Chicago Cubs at New York Yankees here over under 8.5. Smiley on the mound, Cole on the mound. Um, Cole's K's opened up at 7.5. I mean 8.5. I couldn't talk you off the number. I mean it is what it is. Chicago Cubs will strike out, and he has immense K stuff. What does Smiley do? Smiley hasn't been looking good as of late. He is pitching his worst to left hand batters here. So you could look at somebody like Rizzo. Rizzo let me down yesterday, but right now, Smiley is giving up an 853 OPS towards lefties, and then um, Rizzo's 897 OPS to lefties. So I could, you can add Rizzo to your hit parlays, hits, runs, and RBIs all the way up to a home run. Speaking of hits, runs, and RBIs, let's see. I'd imagine Rizzo's is going to be at 1.5 here. It's at 1.5 at a minus 135. Hits, runs, and RBIs. Don't forget against the old squad. This if he doesn't get to him today, this is the day. He should get to him. All right. I'm just, it is what it is. This is a good matchup for him. You can also look at somebody like Harrison Bader. Harrison Bader is a small sample size, but Harrison Bader is crushing lefties right now. He's got a 1250 OPS versus left hand pitching. He's 2 for 4 versus Smiley. Um, yeah, he's a righty though, but still. Harrison Bader, his if he's in a lineup or whatever, let's see. Um, his hits, runs, and RBIs is minus 135 too. So those are two bats that I'm looking at right there. Okay, Harrison Bader and what's the kid's name? Rizzo and the strikeouts. I'll probably just tease down the strikeouts for for Garrett Cole, or just probably put him in a a fun parlay or something like that. I don't fucking know. You know. Toronto Blue Jays. I'm talking about these games as if there's no rain because I already went through this. But either way it goes, Toronto Blue Jays at Detroit Tigers here. I'll get a pitcher lean towards Gosman here. This will be Manning's second or third. Second or third start back here from injury. Let's see. Mm, Yeah, so he came back on the 27th versus Texas. He had been gone since April 11th, and this will be his third start back here. Then you got Gosman on the other side. Just I get a picture lean towards. Of course, I get a picture lean towards Toronto here, but this is not one of the games I probably end up betting on. I'll probably just use it as a parlay piece or something like that. Minus 240 favorites. Toronto Blue Jays are moneyline parlays, run line straights. But I'm probably not gonna mess with Toronto. I'll probably just toss Toronto on the money line parlay for a few bucks and just that's it. Baltimore Orioles at Minnesota Twins here. We got an over under 8 in this spot here. Right off the back, Minnesota. What we do know about Minnesota, they strikeout problem is sustainable between over the season, last 30 days, and last 2 weeks. I mean, they have a strikeout problem. So you could look at somebody like Tyler Wells, and Tyler Wells is, he's been okay in the strikeout department. Hasn't faced this team yet, but like I said, number one, Minnesota on the season, number one in striking out versus right hand pitching. Okay, you can look at let's get some K rates for this guys here. Um, hmm. So Tyler Wells is sporting a, a, a 25.9 over 26% K rate overall, 31% to lefties, 21.9 to righties. This team, Minnesota Twins team, is 26.7 overall K percentage there. There's a bunch of Ks in this lineup, as you can see. Wait and see who's in the lineup, and then you can make a decision from there. I do think that Tyler Wells can hit his K prop here. Last time I checked, his K prop was sitting at 6.5. He's hit this number 7 out of his last 10 games. The matchup is there. Okay. The matchup is there. On the flip side, you got Sonny Gray. Sonny Gray, his strikeout is sitting at 4.5. Sonny Gray, last 2 games, he's hit the 18, 17 and a half outs. That's surprising there. He's only 4 for 10 to this number on the season. He does have pretty good K stuff. I don't think I want to just mess with his Ks right now. Last time he pitched was versus Baltimore. He went 6 innings. He did have a decent amount of Ks. He had 7 Ks. His strikeout probably sitting at 4.5. And like I said, he's 6 for 10 to this number here. It's just that this is the last team that he faced. You know, so it's like back to back starts versus Baltimore, and that's what I don't really like to. I don't really like to target pitchers in that area right there. So if I'm taking strikeouts here, I'm probably gonna look at Tyler Wells strikeouts there. Like I said, the proof is in the pudding. The numbers line up. If I get hit upside the head, I get hit up the side of the head. I can filter this to the right hand, pitching, and I can go the last 30 days, and I can filter that there. Strikeouts, Minnesota, last 30 days, still number one. Keep in fact that they're number one on the season, and I can go back to the last 14 days, which is the last 2 weeks versus right hand pitching. Minnesota with a 312 plate appearances, sample size number fourth in striking out. And if I look at the last week, they might be a little bit better. Never know, but it don't matter. They still top 10 all day long. Last 7 days, 25.9. So I couldn't talk up to over strikeouts for Tyler Wells there. We had over under 8 right here. Not really too much looking for bats here. Took Buxton for a home run yesterday. He got robbed for that 3 run home run. Shout out to don't even worry about it, man. His ass got. And I said I wasn't fucking with him. I said I wouldn't fuck him, but he did get robbed. Hayes jumped that fence, got that motherfucker. St. Louis at St. Louis at Chicago White Sox. We got an over under 10 in this spot. McCullers on the mound, Toussaint on the mound here, and San Francisco. I mean, San Francisco. What I'm talking about? St. Louis. They've been hitting righties well. They hit righties better than they hit lefties this year. So the White Sox, they rolling out Toussaint. So I have to. Oh, man, I don't want nothing to do with this one here. Shout out to Berger and Robert yesterday. I took Robert home run. I told you guys the three bats that I really liked yesterday. All three of them got there. I was only looking for Berger for power. He hit the home run. I didn't bet on him. Um, Eloy, he hit his runs and RBIs, and lo and behold, this guy's been on fire. Luis Robert Jr., he hit that motherfucking home run. On the flip side, Arenado, he's on fire right now. So he's somebody that you could look at. But we got an over under 10 in this spot. I'd imagine we got St. Louis Cardinals at minus 142 favorites. I don't want to bet this game right now. I just don't want to bet this game. I'm undecided on what the pitcher situation look like. I can't talk you off going back to Arenado, though. He's been on fire, okay? I think he's got 3 home runs in this last 5 games or something like that. I could check it. Let's see. Um, let's go to home runs real quick. St. Louis, let's go to St. Louis, Chicago White Sox. Let's go to, okay, so St. Louis bats aren't even out right now. But I don't want to keep going. I just told you guys, he hot. You already know, okay? Over under 10 in this spot. Runs could be put up in this one here. You can look at the hits, runs, and RBIs for St. Louis side if you want. Just don't know exactly what these White Sox gonna do. I ain't even gonna lie. We don't even have any White Sox bats out right now, so something's fishy with that situation there. Colorado Rockies at San Francisco Giants here, over under 9 in this spot. We got Seabold on the mound. Probably gonna be another bullpen game for San Francisco. Maybe, I don't know. Seabold, it's hard to pinpoint, what bats you want from San Francisco because, they do a lot of do a lot of, platooning and shit like that. So, uh, I'm not a big fan of Seabold. So, I probably pass this game on this game, maybe live better or something like that. I was looking at Lamonte Wade Jr., but you never know who's going to be on the lineup. I have to see who's in the lineup before I start, nitpicking at this game, man. You know. So, but what I will say is San Francisco, they do hit righties, well. Seabold is not good. It does feel starting to feel like a San Francisco spot now. I think right now San Francisco has moved up to about 11th or 12th in WRC plus versus right hand pitching. So I couldn't talk you off San Francisco. At the end of the day, I might end up leaning towards San Francisco in this spot. Texas Rangers at Washington Nationals here. We got Haney on the mound, Irvin on the mound. We got an over under 10 in this spot. Texas Rangers 196 favorites here. Irvin, he's definitely giving it up to lefties, pitching his worst to his lefties there. So, I went to I went to um what's the kid's name? Seager yesterday. I think we're going right back to Seager again. I went to Thomas yesterday. He let me down. We got two lefties on the mound today. Thomas, uh, I'll go right back to the well on Thomas. All right. So those are my top two bats right there again. So I'll go right back to the well on those guys there. Seager has just been on one, and then it is what it is. All right. Haney, he I think he's a little bit better on the road than he is at home. He's got some decent, excuse me, he got some decent K stuff, so you could look at some strikeouts for him. But I don't normally target this Washington team for strikeouts, even though here and there they have been striking out, but I don't target them for strikeouts. Haney's strikeout stuff is pretty decent, though. I give it to him. Um, I'll give you some numbers on Haney's strikeouts. He is he's 25% K rate, 30% K rate to righties, and 24% K rate. I mean, 30% K rate to lefties, 24% to righties. I still like Lane Thomas. Lane Thomas doesn't strike out much. Okay, So and he's batting 1,000 OPS versus lefties. I still like Lane Thomas. Okay, don't get it twisted. All right, I still like Lane Thomas. At least to get a hit. If you want to toss me a hit parlays, I don't know if I'll look at the hits, runs, and RBIs, but we do have an over under of 10 in this spot. So runs can be expected to be put up here. Couldn't talk off the other lefty here, Nathaniel Lowe. For Nathaniel Lowe, the lefties right now versus Irvin. All right, Pittsburgh Pirates at Arizona Diamondbacks. They Arizona Diamondbacks didn't have a pitcher out. Now they have Nelson out. I didn't go into the numbers. I didn't look at the numbers right now. So Arizona Diamondbacks at minus 134 favorites. This game, they just announced him being the pitcher over under 8.5 in the spot. I have to go back and look. I didn't even look, man. So maybe I'll drop something in the comments. If you guys got something, let me know. Pittsburgh, Philadelphia Phillies at Miami Marlins here. We got an over under 7.5 in the spot. Suarez on the mound. Garrett on the mound. Suarez pitching his worst towards right hand batting here, and what do you know? It's Solar Day. All right. Anytime you get a lefty, he gets a lefty. You just got to suck it up. Put a little money to the side for him for total bases, for home runs, whatever the case may be. About 1,200 OPS versus left hand pitching there. He's 1 for 5 versus Suarez with a bomb. Couldn't talk you off the home run. You know, it's been a while. I think he can go yard. Another bat you can look at here versus lefties would be Cooper. You know, he's okay if you want to look at him, but I don't have a side on this one here. Suarez has been all right. Um, and then you know, Mm, Braxton Garrett has really, really good K stuff. He's been okay too. Last 4, 5 games, he has only given up. Well, he's given up more than 2 runs twice this season. I'll put it like that. Okay, so he's been pretty good. This Philly team versus left-hand pitching, they will strike out. Okay, so the 5.5 strikeouts does look enticing here. Philadelphia seventh in striking out on the season versus left-hand pitching. So that 7 strikeouts do look kind of enticing there, along with the outs. You know what I'm saying? So his outs sitting at minus 120 is 17.5 outs there. I just, you know, we'll see. But he's hit this strikeout number at 8 out of his last 10 games there. So I couldn't talk you off his strikeout prop. If you want to tease it down, be my guest. And then Ranger Suarez, his K's sitting at 4.5. That's a really, really low number. Um, it's a really, really low number. This Miami team, I don't know. I might temper my expectations though and pump my brakes because if these bats start getting to his ass, I don't know how long he would last. He's been phenomenal in getting to his last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 games and getting to his outs, probably 17.5. So he's hit that in 7 out of his last 8 games. No, 6 out of his last 7 games. So it is what it is. Right now, as of on the season, Miami is fourth in WRC plus versus left-hand pitch. Let's keep it moving. Cincinnati Reds at Milwaukee Brewers here. We got an over under 9 in this spot, and it's just not. Look, the lineup. I mean, we got Weaver on the mound, trash. All right, Colin Ray, not my favorite, but he's been serviceable. All right, so I'm really, really, really undecided here. The lineup, I like the Reds lineup better than I like Milwaukee Brewers lineup, but Weaver has been giving it up. Okay, so I'm gonna look at. I'm gonna tell you this here. I'm gonna look at. It's a few bats that I'm looking at here, like Jake Fraley. He's 3 for 3 with the home run. Will Ellie Dela Cruz. I think he's in an okay spot. I just don't know what to make of this Colin Ray guy. He's a little bit tricky for me to figure out, and for as a pitcher. And then you can look at Will Benson. He'll probably be sitting in that 9 hole or something like that, 8 hole for Cincinnati. But he's got an 854 OPS versus righties. Um, he is. Oh, you know what? I was just looking at some of his numbers here. So I gave this guy out before, probably last week. So let's look at some of his splits here. Okay, so versus righties here, as you can see, um, decent sized plate appearance. He's batting 300. Okay. Um, on the road, uh, he's hitting. He's on home. In general at home. He's batting 212. On the road, he's 350 on the road. And away versus righties, he's averaging 377. Okay, so his numbers are they popping versus righties. He's somebody you can look at on the road and on the road versus righties. Okay, um, his WRC plus versus righties in general goes from a 134 to a 173 on the road versus righties. So I could just look at away versus righties right now: 1,000 OPS, 150 ISO, 528 slugging, and 377 average there. K rate sitting K rate so the K rate is at 14.1 away versus righties at home versus righties is a whopping 40% damn near. So, but he is the guy that at the back end of that lineup can get it can get it popping. You know what I'm saying? But the bat that I really like here is probably going to be Christian Yelich here. I can show you some guys some numbers here. You got Weaver. Weaver's just been giving it up, man. So um, I thought I added Christian Yelich to my fantasy pool. I gotta hurry up and go add him, but I know he had like a 835 OPS versus righties. Meanwhile, Luke Weaver, I know he's giving up like an 821 OPS versus uh, righties, lefties, and then a 900 OPS towards righties. Probably a little bit more than a 900 OPS. And then, like I said, I was looking at Christian Yelich has been balling. Okay, so let's just even if you want to put him in your hits parlays and stuff like that, let's just take a look here. Filter this to the Milwaukee game. Let me show you a little bit what he's been doing. Um, I just don't like that Milwaukee lineup. They pulled their game out yesterday. They backed up. They backed up. They backed up. What's the kid's name? Burns. That was crazy, but it is what it is. Um, but yeah, you can look at Christian Yelich. Uh, I don't. However you want to look at him. I mean, let me see. Christian Yelich. The line is set at 1.5 for him, so you can filter that. So last 10, I mean last 30, he's been. Wait a minute. Wait. Total bases. Last 10. So total bases, all right, sitting at 1.5. He's hit this number 7 out of his last 10 games. That's decent. 4 out of his last 5. Hits, runs, and RBIs. How's he been doing? 3 out of his last 5. Last 10. Hits, runs, and RBIs. 6 out of his last 10. Um, Even stolen bases. I'm looking at his stolen bases. He's 4 stolen bases his last 10 and 3 out of his last 5. He's really out there going out there trying to play some ball. And just for one stolen base, you can get it's sitting at plus 300 right now just for one. So, that's just a testament to what he's been doing. He's been playing some not good baseball. You know what I'm saying? So, that's probably my favorite bat. I ain't even gonna lie because the numbers line up right. Kansas City Royals at Cleveland Guardians here. Singer, sometimes you can get a good singer, but he pitches his worst on the road. So you can look at I'm looking at Cleveland in this one. All right, they've been keeping it rolling. I'm probably gonna go moneyline parlays, run line straights, and of course, um, Ramirez. All right, yeah, I couldn't talk you off some Josh Naylor here either. But yeah, that's what it's gonna be. Williams. Last time he faced this team, he had 6 strikeouts. That's probably the most strikeouts Williams has had on the season. So listen to my voice. And so yeah, he's in play. Okay. This team will strike out. We've been leaning on their strikeouts. We've been leaning on this team for strikeouts last few games. This is his fourth. This will be his fourth. outing here. He just faced these guys last week. He did have 6 Ks. I don't know if I'm gonna mess with his Ks, but I do like uh, Cleveland Guardians to win this game. Oakland Athletics at Boston Red Sox. Another pitcher in Blackburn who's not that good on the road. So that's a knock against him. Then you got Paxton on the other side, who's got really good K stuff. We got an over under 9 in the spot. Um, Paxton, yeah, he's got pretty good K stuff here. So I'm gonna have interest in the strikeout prop. Um, you got Blackburn on the mound, 24 and a half K percentage there, 27 to lefties, 22 to righties. I don't target strikeouts versus Boston that much, if at all any. And then James Paxton, 31% K rate, 19 to lefties, 34 and a half towards righties. Keep an eye out on what this lineup going to look like because Athletics does have the ability to throw out a bunch of lefties there. So there you have that. But at the end of the day, it's going to be Boston and nothing for me in this spot. Boston has some bats that can hit righties well. There's some lefties that can hit righties well, and it is what it is. Seattle Mariners at Houston Astros. This one here does have an underfield to it. You got Wu on the mound. You got Valdez on the mound. I know Wu. He's got like a 40%, a whopping 40% K rate to righties. Like righties haven't even been able to get near this guy. I don't know what his strikeout prop is looking like. Let's see. His strikeout prop is sitting at 5.5 versus Houston. Interesting. Then you got Framber Valdez on the other side there. Um, Seattle will strike out. We do know that Seattle will strike out. 6.5 strikeouts for Valdez. Couldn't talk you off of it. He's only hit this number twice this season. If you want to tease it down, be my guest. As far as the side, I don't have one. Um, this game does have a no runs first inning feel to it. Right by this time, it's probably a parlay piece, but it is what it is. You can probably tease down some of the strikeouts for these guys and go under 1.5 runs for the first inning, and then you could probably get a plus money that way. But that's probably some ways that I'm probably looking to attack this game, um, just altering some shit up. Um, and making a safe bankroll builder. So Atlanta Braves at Tampa Bay Rays. We got an over under 8 in this spot. Strider on the mound, Bradley on the mound. Strider's been back in the win column here. He's been back on one. Strikeouts. I got it filtered to the last 5. Let's go to the season. Um, Strikeouts sitting at 8.5. I like it. Strikeouts. He's hit this number in 3 straight games. He's hit this number in 12 or 17. His strikeouts don't come out under 8.5. All right, his strikeouts come out at 8.5 or better. Um, I know this is Tampa Bay, but I still like it. It's Strider too. All right. Now I couldn't talk you off the earned runs. Excuse me. Minus 1.5 earned runs. Yeah. Excuse me. I couldn't talk you off of that. A walk because he can walk batters as well. Excuse me. I'm so sorry. I couldn't talk off the walks either. A walk and a home run. That's 2 runs. It just is what it is. On the flip side, on Taj Bradley, he's been giving it up. Um, Especially to right hand batters. He's given up 4 runs or more in 3 of his last 5 games. He does have really good K stuff here. I can show you guys some of the K stuff that these guys possess. Let's see. So, Spencer Strider, 38.6 K rate overall, 38 to lefties, 39 to righties. That is monstrous. That's fucking monstrous there. Then you got Taj Bradley, he's got a 30% K rate, 33 to lefties and 28 to righties. The thing about that is, as a whole, this team, Atlanta's is 21.2 K rate right there, so they don't strike out much. Okay, well, they do strike out. They will strike out, bro. Given a match. But here's the thing: Taj Bradley, he's pitching his worst to righties, over 800 APS to OPS towards righties. So that doesn't bode well for somebody like him in this team who's hitting the righties the best in the league right now. I went to Atlanta yesterday, going right back to the well versus Atlanta again. Still got a lot of money in my pocket. You know what I'd like to you know what I like to target versus right hand pitching. I say it every day. Acuna, Olson, and Murphy. Murphy came through yesterday with the bomb. I didn't take that. You know I didn't take that, but still. Ronald Acuna, and it's gonna be the same old song. Matter of fact, Todd's giving up an 893 OPS towards righties here. Acuna, Murphy, and Olson again. Um, Olson 933 OPS versus righties. Sean Murphy. Um, 897 OPS versus righties. Kuna 956 OPS versus righties, and Matt Olson will strike the fuck out versus righties for sure. Give me the Atlanta Braves there on the money line. I'll figure out a way to get some of that juice down with some strikeouts right there for Strider, maybe a hit or something. Los Angeles Angels at Los Angeles Dodgers here. We got an over under 9 in the spot. Um, Detmer's on the mound. We don't have a pitcher for the Dodgers right now, and I'm looking. All I'm looking for right now is bats, and I'll tell you, Otani, he's going to be in play for anybody, against anybody, and versus Detmers here, I'm definitely looking at Mookie Freeman, and Will Smith. Okay, those some bats that I'm looking at. Haven't deciphered through none of that yet. Okay, New York Mets at San Diego Padres. San Diego Padres -178 favorites. Peterson on the mound. Snell on the mound. We got an over under 8. One thing I can say about Snell is, Snell, he's been a beast. Okay, so we can't take that from him. He just fell short. Probably his strikeout prop last game. He had like what 7 strikeouts. I think it was at 7.5. His strikeout prop is sitting at 7.5 right now. I don't normally target New York Mets for strikeouts, so I don't know if I'm gonna go there or not. Earned runs is looking no. He hasn't, yeah, woo, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 games, only giving up more than one run once in his last 8 games. He's been on fire. He's been phenomenal. Can't talk you off the shit from him. Okay, now looking at Peterson on the flip side. Peterson, he's pitching his worst versus lefties. Okay, lefties are getting at him. So he's giving up 1,000 OPS versus lefties. All right. So guys like Juan Soto who don't hit lefties well, he still gets a bump because Peterson is giving up such a high OPS to left hand batters. Now, everybody that comes to the plate versus Peterson poses a threat. First on this San Diego team, you can look at Soto. Like I said, he gets a bump because Peterson's giving it up to lefties. Cronenworth, he's a lefty. He gets a bump because Peterson giving it up towards lefties. Then you got Trent Grisham, who has lefty splits. He's a lefty. He's a lefty that's hitting lefties well, and he will crack some shit. He's a home run candidate. All right, Trent Grisham, Matt Carpenter, 880, another lefty split guy, 886 OPS versus lefties. All right, and then Peterson getting up 1,000 OPS versus lefties. Then you got, the list just goes on and on, man. Then you got the killers, Fernando Tatis, 983 OPS versus lefty. He's a righty. Ha-Sung Kim, 800 OPS versus lefty. He's a righty. And then you got Manny Machado, 912 OPS versus lefty. He's a righty. This motherfucker, if San Diego don't win this game, I don't know what to say, man. Tell you the truth. What's the total here? Over under 8. What's the team total? 4.5 for 4.5 for San Diego. Interesting. It's gonna be San Diego or nothing for me. Moneyline parlays, run line straights. All those bats I just gave you there and play. Pick your poison. Wait for the lineups to come out. With that being said, guys, peace, peace out, man. Hope you all take this information and do as you will with it. All right, peace.